Hello everyone, this is my daily vlog, episode 25, and I'd like to talk today about pain, what it can do for us, what the purpose of pain is. Now pain, according to spiritualists and according to many different religions, is that thing which shows us we're doing the bad thing. We're doing a wrong thing and we're not believing in the right thing. Otherwise it wouldn't produce the effect of pain. Now, this is very obvious when it comes to the nervous system. You touch a hot pan, you feel a burning sensation, you flinch away. But when it comes to karma, it gets a little bit more complicated. And, I'm Hindu, so I do believe in karma. But if you're Christian, you might believe in you reap as you sow. And that is in the Bible, even though it's a very short verse. But when it comes to what pain can do for us, it's never in the experience of pain. When one becomes addicted to pain, it becomes a terrible journey. A journey away from self-realization and toward self-glorification, self-ability to feel pain. And I, at one point, was addicted to pain. Cutting, burning, things like that. And it was a mental excitement that lured me away from the mental pain of depression. And that's why I did it, and that's why a lot of people do it. But what it can do for us, what depression, sadness, feeling of loneliness can do for us, those forms of pain, is push us towards a realization that we can operate without these stimuli from other people. Now, this may seem like an embracing of the pain. Oh, I feel lonely. I guess, I don't need other people. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that this loneliness can show us that we can be strong by ourselves, and to truly be with other people, to truly find the love of your life, to truly find great friends that will be there for you until you part ways, however long that might be. You have to understand what it feels like and what it is to be alone. You have to realize what it is to operate by yourself and not dependent on other people emotionally. And I'm just talking about emotionally right now. But if you realize what it is to be emotionally alone and to not rely on other people emotionally, then you can start to build up your own emotional stability, your own emotional superstructure, from which you can operate in the societal world. And society requires quite a bit of emotion. So to operate in that world, you have to have a stability, a foundation of strong emotional acceptance of yourself and strong emotional understanding of how to deal with other people, even if you don't agree with other people's emotions. And there's so many different forms of pain. And loneliness is the one I wanted to talk about. Depression, sadness. These are the ones I wanted to talk about because physical pain is very basic, and it's okay. Don't do that because that hurts. But also, you can get addicted to that, and if you get addicted to that, then it's like, oh, okay, this draws me away from who I really am. This draws me away from the emptiness I feel. So let me do it again. There's not a whole lot of complexity to physical pain, experiencing it, but as far as emotional pain, I just described that, and spiritual pain. There's the spiritual pain of not knowing what the truth is, how God exists, if God exists, if spirits exist, or if other people around you are right about believing in this or that spiritual belief. That kind of pain influences loneliness, but it is not loneliness in and of itself. Use that pain to research other viewpoints. Research scientific viewpoints, research the viewpoints of other religions, other spiritualities. See what everybody believes about this thing we call reality. This thing that we try to relate to called God. Even if you decide God doesn't exist, try to understand the scientific viewpoint completely and utterly, that there is basically no evidence of God, and that's the scientific viewpoint. Try to understand it completely, and if you decide that you do believe that there is a God or spirits or a life after death, then look around in the spiritual and religious world as far as knowledge goes and see what you find. And you may be surprised. And another kind of pain is the pain of rationality. This may seem very similar to intelligence, but rationality is actually different from intelligence. Rationality is realizing other people's bias and your own bias, and how people's minds operate and how your own mind operates. Intelligence is more about information. Rationality is about how we see things, our ability to perceive, and other people's ability to perceive. I see. I honestly believe that my IQ is lower than my ability to be rational. Rationality, as far as being a contender equal to IQ, is a fairly recent idea, but rationality is basically understanding how people understand their own ideas, how to understand your own ideas, and how to base your ideas in a solid foundation that is rational. And I'm constantly seeing other people's biases. And honestly, it pains me, man, because I constantly see how people are influenced by their parents. They believe what their parents believe because their parents said so, and they say, okay, well, my parents let me believe whatever I want after a certain age, but where did you have a choice to go? Like, did you know how to research other religions? Did you know how to research other political beliefs? And did you have a desire to? No, because once your parents released you, you weren't releasable. You simply couldn't go on to be, unless you had an extremely strong will to go and seek to be anything else. And I'm incredibly fortunate, to have had parents that didn't confine me to beliefs at an early age. My parents aren't religious; they're basically atheists because they never taught me anything about religion. But I decided to look into it myself to see what other people believed and the ideas of reality at a very early age. Second grade, about 8 years old, I decided to start looking into religion because other people kept on talking about it, but my parents never did. So that's why I started looking into it, and I'm so grateful that God did not introduce me to Him at an earlier age because it gave me such freedom to understand and to make my own ideology on God, what God is, the nature of reality that is God, the unity, the compartmentalization that are the gods with an S. And I was lucky in that way. And there's going to be a lot of us who have been taught a certain way and have friends that are taught a certain way, but they don't believe what their parents or their friends believe or the people around them believe. And that can lead to loneliness and depression as well, and sadness, that you simply think different than the people around you when it comes to belief. And all I have to say is that you have to keep on searching until you find a rock you can stand on, until you find an understanding that you can live your life through. And whether it's scientific and purely scientific and has no desire to believe in a God or spirit or just doesn't, that's fine. That's completely fine. I don't have any problem with that. But as long as you find it in and of yourself and you really look into, religion and science, and if you go into whatever religion that you're researching, you really find a home in it, that's fine too. I mean, I'm not your judge, but if you really look into whatever you want to believe, if you truly look into anything, nobody can fault you. And you shouldn't listen to anybody around you, no matter how sad it is, no matter how lonely it makes you feel. You should believe what you want to believe, what you feel is true. Once you start believing what you feel is true, that's when you become a person that isn't reliant upon other people. And that can lead you further away from loneliness, sadness, and depression than conformity. Conformity, in the end, once you become an old person, you'll see its holes, you'll see its faults, and you'll see how easily it is to break that net of conformity and drop into the abyss of uncertainty. And we never want to get to that stage, so begin now. Start trying to understand different ideas and decide which one you truly believe. And that's all I got to say about this. This has been my daily vlog, episode 25, and if you like this, please hit that thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, I guarantee I'll make more, so subscribe. And thank you for watching.